Thank you. Do you know which is the only bird bold enough to attack an eagle? A crow. It sits on the back of the eagle and pecks relentlessly. Peck, 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 peck. Annoying, persistent, maddening. But the eagle doesn't fight. It flies higher and higher. The crow is not able to handle that altitude. Eventually, the crow gasps, loses strength, and falls off. Not because the eagle attacked, but because the eagle ascended. Do you know who these crows are if we talk about our lives? People. Yes, society. People who criticize us. People who doubt us. People who tell us what we should do with our lives. But as I grew up, I discovered something amazing. The loudest crows were never outside me. They were inside my own mind. And they all spoke with the same familiar voice. चार लोग क्या कहेंगे? What will people say? But I do feel that this is wrong. Before we speak, we wonder what they'll say. Before we begin something new, we wonder what they'll think. And before we follow our heart, we wonder and we seek permission from the people who aren't even living our lives. But history has taught us something remarkable. Every great person who ever changed the world first disappointed someone. In 1958, a young man missed the selection for being an Air Force pilot. One rejection, one dream shattered. If he had listened to the crows who whispered to him, "You are not good enough," India would never have known Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, the missile man. He rose above those crows. Years later, a young aspiring author submitted her manuscript to a publisher. Rejected. Manuscript tossed in the dustbin. Then another, then another. 12 rejections. 12 times the crows told her, "You are a waste of my time." If she had listened to those crows, the world would never have known J.K. Rowling or Harry Potter. She kept rising above those crows. There is one more story, not a famous one, and it's still being written. Are you interested in that?
Yes.
It's my story. In 2006, as I was 21, I received a government appointment letter. Now, in a middle-class Indian family, you can imagine what happened next. Celebrations, phone calls, relatives, friends, neighbors, everyone said, "You have made it." And I believed them. Not because it was my dream, but because it was everyone else's definition of success. I accepted the job. Not because my heart said yes, but because my fear said, "What will people say if I don't accept it?" For the next 6 years, I had everything: money, stability, security, better marriage prospects. Everything looked perfect, except the person living that life. Every morning, I went to work. Every evening, I came home feeling this isn't where I belong. Until one day, I made a shocking decision. I resigned. And almost immediately, the crows returned. Are you mad? Who leaves the government job? You will regret. For the first time in my life, I asked those voices to wait. For there was another voice I had been ignoring for far too long. My own. Today I won't stand here and tell you that I have become an eagle. I haven't. Even today, a careless comment can stay with me longer than it should. Even today, before taking an important decision, I hear those familiar voices. What will people say? The crows still fly around me. But here's the difference. They no longer decide the direction of my life. Because I have learned that peace doesn't come when the world approves of you. Peace comes when you approve of the life you are living. Let the crows talk. Let them peck. You don't have to respond. You just go higher and higher. Your growth will suffocate their noise. So don't engage. Elevate. Because some battles are won not by fighting harder, but by choosing a higher sky. Thank you.